Not a single grey on him either. The weekend is actually not looking bad at all for most of us. We have some sunshine in the forecast, but I think the main feature is that it's actually going to be turning a little bit colder, and also overnight frosts will return, and on top of that we'll have mist and fog, but that won't happen until early into next week.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, it's all change again on Sunday, but until then, really very mild still across the capital. It was a mild start to this morning, a mixture of cloud but also some sunshine, as recorded by our weather watchers here in Greenford, in Sutton and again in Chelsea. Now, we'll still see some bright and sunny spells as we head through the rest of the afternoon, but the cloud is set to thicken for some, especially out towards eastern areas.
Hello there. Well, it has been a very quiet day weather-wise to round off the working week, and little change really through the next few days. A good deal of dry and bright weather in the forecast. The main change will be in the temperatures, turning a little chillier as we head towards the end of the weekend and into the early part of next week, with perhaps the return of some overnight frost and fog as well.
Good evening to you. We've had a lot of cloud in most places today, but with that, it has felt unseasonably mild. That was the scene at Kew Gardens in West London, where temperatures got up to 14 degrees Celsius today.
How's it looking for this weekend?
Well, it's looking like a weekend of two halves, actually. At the start of the weekend will be a little bit like today was, with a fair amount of cloud in the sky. We got to see a little bit of brightness for the end of the day there for our weather watcher Barbara in Bromley. The weekend then starting on that cloudy note, but turning brighter and also chillier as we go on.
Becky is in Surrey tonight. Becky, it's interesting to see you indoors for a change. So where on earth are you?
Well, yes, it's absolutely lovely, but I do still need my coat. Welcome to RHS Wisley here near Woking in Surrey. This is a 240-acre site, and it's the flagship site of the Royal Horticultural Society. Now, with half-term fast approaching, they've pulled out all the stops to create an amazing underwater-themed exhibition here in the Glass House. It's taken 1,500 hours and more than 5,000 individual plants to showcase the incredible range of specimens that can be grown indoors. Up to 100,000 visitors are expected here in the next 5 weeks. So yes, of course, half term is just around the corner, and the weather remains very changeable indeed, because of course it's that transitional time of year. Freezing recently, 14 degrees today, cold and icy again on Sunday. It's quite hard to keep up at the moment, but as I say, it's a transitional time of year as we flip-flop around those conditions. Weather folklore around the world steps in now and again to try and lend a hand. It was Groundhog Day in America yesterday.
Punxsutawney Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
As is tradition, people of Pennsylvania gathered at Gobbler's Knob to watch a groundhog called Punxsutawney Phil emerge from his burrow to see if they could spot his shadow. They did yesterday, which apparently means they've got 6 more weeks of weather on the way. My prediction is it's February, it's gonna remain cold. Technically, we're in meteorological winter for another 3.5 weeks. So let's have a look at the weekend forecast then. Mixed fortunes, and definitely 2 very different days of weather to come. For Saturday, we are expecting it to be a cloudy and mild picture, although it's turning wet and windy across those northwestern parts. And on for Sunday, much better, drier and colder for everyone, with much more in the way of brightness. And you know how much I like to help out with any family games of Trivial Pursuit. The feel of the warmth of the sun in the winter, that you'll get on Sunday, is called apricity. Back to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Becky. Thank you.
Hello. It's been quite a cloudy day for most of us today, but this weekend overall it's actually not looking bad at all. Saturday still a little overcast for most of us, but come Sunday I think the sun will be out and it should feel quite pleasant.